Welcome back to Box Score Collectibles. It is Cards and Coffee here. I'm the boss man here with
Brian.
the baseball man. There we go. Come on, baseball, Brian. All right, so we are having coffee. We are talking cards. What do you have going on? What's been going on in baseball world lately?
Right now, not a whole lot. Just kind of waiting to have Series 1 drop tomorrow and getting through the rest of this football season so that way we can get to baseball.
Well, thankfully that happened this past weekend.
Yep.
The end. The Swifties lost. The Chiefs lost. The Eagles, they took care of business from the beginning.
Yes.
It was the little bit that I watched, it was not close from the beginning.
No. So. I didn't watch any of the game, honestly, but yeah, I kind of followed along a little bit because just curious about it. And the final score, the game wasn't that close. The final score does not represent what the game actually was, which was a total domination by the Eagles.
Yep. It was it was kind of surprising actually, that it was such a dominant game for the Eagles right off the bat. And the Chiefs kind of just looked out of sync. Coffee.
Yep, coffee. Yeah, some people were saying like the offensive line was just, I don't want to say garbage, but it looked like they were drunk. That's what someone had said. For the Chiefs, that is, of course. So
I thought they had to be. I thought they had to be on a normal basis to be able to keep up with all the different stuff that Mahomes is doing. Because if they were not drunk, they'd probably get called for holding every play as much as he moves around. But that's just a me thing looking at it.
Perhaps.
Yeah, no. Yeah. No, the Chiefs or the Eagles offense was just top notch. Jalen Hurts ran a great system. And Barkley, I'm very happy for him. Got released by the Giants. Eagles picked him up, and he was able to do what he was supposed to do. So good on him. That Absolutely. Was fantastic. He was the one I was most happy for. Yeah. It's New Orleans. Doesn't the offensive line have to be drunk?
It's in the air.
Apparently. Now, next year, it's going to be here in NorCal at San Francisco, if I recall.
Yes. Well, technically Santa Clara, but yes. Home of the Niners. So
Levi Stadium.
It'll be interesting to see kind of what the environment looks like. It's the first time in a long time that the Super Bowl has been held in Northern California. So, and a lot's changed since then.
Oh, absolutely.
I think the last time was when they played at Stanford. Was I think the Niners Dolphins Super Bowl 19, I believe.
There you go. You would know better than me.
That was back in the day when I actually watched football.
Back when it was watchable.
Yeah, that too.
That's a whole different story. Anyways, football's over. That means it's baseball season. We've got pitchers and catchers reporting all kinds of stuff. The Dodgers and Cubs, I believe, were the first ones to be in camp because they're going over to Japan. Yeah, so now everybody else is coming in for the rest of the week. Some arrived yesterday, some arrived today, and I think some are arriving all the way up until the 13th, so Friday or Thursday.
Yeah, because there's always the optional, you can arrive early to camp type scenarios. They really encourage that for the players that come back from injuries to kind of get stretched out a little bit earlier. But yeah, I think it's the majority. Excuse me, the majority of the camps actually pitchers and catchers report tomorrow, and then on Thursday as well. There's a few today, and in the past couple of days, but I thought it looked like there was about 20 or so that report over the next 2 days, and then a week from Friday we start getting games.
Yes, sir. Just around the corner. Yeah, no, I've been seeing stuff from our developmental Instagram account about guys getting in. Some of the pictures of Lazaro Montes with Randy Rosarena. Dude, I mean, he's not a small guy by any means, but
Nope.
Laz just towers over him. And, we saw him personally in Stockton and in Modesto.
Oh yeah. No, he's
I
a big
think he's
guy.
actually grown a little bit, like a couple of more inches. I don't know, because I don't remember him being that big. Or maybe Randy's smaller than I thought.
Who knows? But yeah, it's going to be
Yeah.
exciting to see a lot of these guys that we've watched over the past couple years get into camp,
Mhm.
see where they end up, and get assigned to at the beginning of April. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just a fun time of year.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Definitely looking forward to it. We'll be down there in about a month and a half having fun at the Phoenix Card Show. The is it Arizona State College campus
Well,
collectibles?
it's the organization is called Collectibles on College. It's the Arizona State Card Show Spring Training Spectacular. That's going to be our next show that we do. Boxcore is kind of taking the next month off to reorganize, regroup, and refill our boxes. And um, we're gonna be down there, driving down there on the 17th, catching some games. And the show itself is from the 21st to the 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it was a
Bringing
great
it up
time last year.
as we speak. I am bringing it up just to present. Share
And
screen.
the one thing I haven't seen yet is any kind of list of autograph guests. I know like last year they had like 5 or 6 different guys, a couple a day signing autographs. I think it started with Tommy Troy on Friday and kind of, you know, just got better throughout the weekend.
Let's see.
Those
Those
are
are
the
the
fall
fall
signers.
signers. Yeah.
So nothing
Yep.
yet,
Uh,
but I mean, there's still plenty of time. I'm sure they've got stuff in the works because the guys that run this, they know what they're doing.
yeah. Spring signers. Let's see.
Oh, Dre Jameson. Okay. Is
So
that
far,
is that
Dre
for this year?
Jameson.
Because I can't read the dates. Kind of.
It 9th, March 22nd.
Yep. All right.
Yep. So they got one. All
So
right.
one so far. So yeah, it just goes to show that they are working on it. They're trying to get confirmations, and they've probably been getting them, just haven't had time to update the website because I'm sure this is not their day job.
Yeah. No,
So
definitely not. Let's see. We are good. Spot 20
yeah,
unavailable.
yeah. So this is the floor plan for the show. If you can scroll
Ah,
down just a little bit farther,
yep.
you can see the entryway, kind of
Yep.
right there
Entrance
below. I
there.
guess the B section, and then just
Yeah, they usually
it's a
have two
massive
like
show.
right here. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
they
is.
they
I mean,
they've got all kinds of stuff up front to for different promotions and things like that. Arena Club, um,
yeah, each one of these is 20 tables or more.
yeah,
Like this one's 22 or 24,
yeah,
26.
and they've
Yeah,
got the
huge.
booths around the side. I think the ones towards the front are 6-foot booths, meaning 6-foot tables. We have an 8-foot booth in the back right corner where we had a lot of great times last
Mhm.
year, meeting people, talking to people, and making some great sales. The other thing worth noting is that just below booths, I think it's 12 and 13.
Right here.
That's
I
the
don't know if you
Party
can see my
Pools
cursor.
trailer.
Yeah. Party Pools
So,
trailer. Totally cool. I inspired to be them when I grow up.
yeah, I'm not saying we're going to steal their idea, but we've already talked to them at least once about it. And
Yeah, no, they
because we
actually
love
were
it.
willing to give us the info of the dealer who did a custom job, so it was still under warranty. Um, Yeah,
And that's the thing that I liked about it. Yes, you spend a little bit more, but man, that warranty is key,
huge.
especially when you're traveling with it.
Yeah, yeah, yep. So it looks like the back row here is still a little bit available in case you are a card show vendor to be. 14 through 18 is available, but yeah, definitely we're in spot 20, and along this wall, ah, um, we will have our sorted by team quarter and dollar boxes, and everybody
Yep.
seems to enjoy them.
Yep.
We are going to be revamping them. One of the reasons why we want to take about a month off is to totally revamp what we got.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we add some fresh inventory, get the 2024s kind of sorted by teams, and then by then we'll start adding in the 2025s that we're going to be ripping open here over the next few weeks.
Yep. All right. There we go. Good stuff. Very excited about it. And then, of course, going to some spring training games while we're down there. I mean, heaven forbid.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
You might as well.
Since we're there, it's almost like we're baseball folk.
Right, exactly. So with series one coming out about a week after, about 10 days after, Tops is going to host the annual Rip Night.
Ooh,
Um,
yeah.
so let me just do this, share this screen here. Basically, Tops Rip Night will take place on February 22nd. It's going to be at a variety of local card shops. So if you go to ripped.tops.com and you check out the 2025 Rip Night website, there will be a locator here that you can type in your zip code and figure out who is hosting a Rip Night near you. So
Yep.
for us, one of our biggest areas we can check out is Sacramento. And even then, there's easily 6 different shops that we could go to in the Sacramento market. Everyone from teammates. Interestingly enough, the teammates in Modesto isn't doing it, but the teammates in Carmichael is. True Sports Cards out in Roseville, and even California Card Company in Elk Grove is listed as one of the
Brad
hosts
and
of the.
Julie spot. Very good.
Yes.
I remember last year, they must do it semi-annually because I remember being in Chicago for the White Sox game last year and went to the local shop right next to Guarantee Rate Field. And that was pretty cool getting to see them. I caught it at the very end. What was it? 2 years ago.
That might have been 2 years ago because I don't recall
It's
you
when
going out
Christian
there last year.
graduated. Yeah, it's when
Yeah, that
Christian
was
graduated. So that was two
almost 2
years
years
ago.
now. But yeah, I think they do have a couple different events each year. This is their big one that they do after the Series 1 release. Unfortunately, we're not going to go out to one of them, even though it's tempting because we're supposed to be doing a break that night. So
Something tells me we might be able to move the break to Sunday or something. I don't know. But what are we talking about doing a break of that I'm picking up tomorrow?
I don't remember exactly. I know it's something to do with Series 1, but do we finally decide on the format?
Yep, we're gonna do half a case of hobbies.
Okay.
Yep. So we're gonna be doing that now this Friday. It's a fresh Friday, and we'll be doing a hobby and a jumbo box.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun one. And then we'll be doing the half case on the 22nd.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm planning on running out on my lunch break tomorrow, making my way up to neighborhood, which is the closest card shop to me. I could
Yeah.
probably get there and back to my work within my hour lunch and pick up a hobby for myself to open up. And I'm kind of hoping they have some of the blasters there too, because they did that. They had those with the update as well.
Hmm.
So I could, maybe get a look at those and, kind of open that stuff up for one of the first write-ups for the website.
Very good. Yep. Make sure to check out boxscorecollectibles.com for Brian's write-ups. And very soon, if you haven't already started doing it, we've got some supplies going up on boxscorecollectibles.com from BCW.
Yes,
So yeah.
the supplies that we've received so far
Mm.
prior to today have been posted on there, and then I hear we got some more.
Oh, yes, we did. We have clear magnetic holders. We have the black rimmed magnetic holders. We got some um, rigid top loaders and the 1,000 sleeve packs.
Nice.
Those penny sleeves, we keep them at a penny. Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
So
So
if
yeah,
you have a chance, go
if you
ahead.
need supplies, as he's trying to say, go go to boxscorecollectibles.com.
Surprise! Oh, yeah. Here we go. Bringing it up and sharing the screen. Do, do, do. Someday we might get a technical engineer or something that can do this kind of stuff. Here's the website. So upcoming breaks, February 22nd. Yep. Half case hobby break. Very good. Here's a little overview, not a review, an overview, because we haven't physically opened up any, even though
Yes.
they have been being opened up online for almost a good week now, even though they weren't supposed to. But
Yeah.
that's a whole different story for a whole different day. You can see our latest and greatest episodes, and then we have our shop now for our rookies and prospect packs. Yeah. And then down here, contests and promos, whenever we got them going on, that's where you find it. Recent posts, talking about the parallels, talking about the overview, part one and part two, because there was a lot there. And hey, Brian did one on the 2024 Panini Prism Blasters. Very good. And then if you go to shop, okay, see through the decades, you see the rookies and prospects. Here we go. Bless your
And
heart.
and if
We got
you on the left side, you see there's the different categories. If you click on supplies, it shows you just all the supplies.
supplies.
Woo!
All right. So yeah, we've got pages. We've got the graded card sleeves. We got tobacco sleeves. Oh, we got all kinds of sleeves and top loaders, different colored edges. If you've seen us at any of the shows, you know that this is actually how we decipher the cost of the card is by the edges of the top loaders. So none of those sticky stickers. No residue on our stuff. Nope, nope, nope.
Exactly.
Uh,
Yeah, it makes
no.
it makes it easier for people to find stuff too, because some people they don't want to like try to guess at what the prices might be.
Right.
Maybe they're just looking for dollar cards, so that way they know as they're looking through the box, skip over the colored top loaders, or maybe they're looking for something that's the $5 to $10 range. So it
Hmm.
gives us that flexibility, and people really enjoy that.
Yeah, we've got a lot of great feedback on that part. So very happy with all that.
Yep.
Oh,
And the
so
other thing I
next.
noticed today, was good. You had something?
No,
Okay.
no, carry on.
The other thing I noticed today is that Topps finally released the numbered checklist, and so we
Oh,
know what cards 1 through 350 are actually going to be.
very
And
good.
with that, Beckett revamped their checklist because you know obviously they had it listed alphabetical order, but they weren't. They normally have a tab where you can go and see all your teams, basically
Mhm.
see all the cards by team, and that was not something they were going to do until after they got the numbered checklist. So I went checked it out today. And so if you're looking for the Tigers, who's in the Tigers, all the inserts not parallels because this is the same as the base, but all the inserts, autos, and relics, you can pull it up and find that now.
There you go. Very good. Are you pulling it up? to show or?
Yes.
Okay, very good. I'm on the other page looking it up, but if you already got it, then perfect.
Sometimes
Share screen.
yeah. Okay, it's not wanting to.
While you're doing that, it's interesting that they waited so long, but I mean, I guess that builds up the anticipation. It's good stuff. It's the beginning of the 2025 baseball card collecting season. Very exciting. Build some anticipation.
Exactly. And
Have it be a
so
cliffhanger. There we go. We got Otani leading off.
yeah,
League
so
leader.
you could see the different where the players fall in the checklist. But this was the one tab here, the team sets that I was looking for, because outside of collecting a set, I try to collect some of the stuff for the A's because that's my team. So then I can go here, take a look, I see all the base, and then the 1990 tops inserts. It just kind of streamlines the process of figuring everything out. Then you got the 1990 tops baseball autographs, the chrome, which is, I believe, specifically to the silver packs, chrome autos, etc.
There you go.
And then they even list the gold mirror image variations. I don't think I've ever really looked for one
Specific
for the
ones?
league leaders. So I might have to look those up on eBay as they start to pop up over the next few days, because I didn't realize they did those for the league leaders. I know they did them for the team cards, but
What, the
didn't
gold
realize.
mirror? Every
Yeah.
card. Yeah, every card. Yep. All 350 have a gold mirror, and what, 141 copies or something? Some weird number like that, I heard.
Yeah, a lot of people out there smarter than us have spent time trying to figure this out, and for me, it's like that's great. Figure it out for me, and I may or may not use that information.
Yeah.
But
Look at that. The Big Hurt autograph as a Oakland Athletic. And we can
yeah,
say Oakland Athletic because they were still in Oakland when he was there.
exactly. The one thing that I was disappointed with the Big Hurt series is that it's only an autograph series. Like last year, we had the Ken Griffey Jr. series,
Mm-hmm.
the '89 design,
Yeah.
and they had the base, and then I think some autos as well.
Mm.
But this year for the Big Hurt, they only did autographs.
That is interesting. Interesting. If you could go to the White Sox one, I want to see the. Do we know who the no name set is going to be? Who's in that no name set? I know they were going to be doing the Big Hurt, Frank Thomas. Of course, that's the real no name.
From what I've heard, all the 1990 tops has a no name parallel.
Nice.
It's going to be, I believe, numbered out of 25.
Okay.
I don't know if they have that listed here.
Can you imagine getting the Otani no name? Number
Hey,
17 of 50.
I'd be happy with any of them, really.
Absolutely. Talk about a chase card. Let's go.
Yeah.
They're going to do it as a chrome again, of course. That's good.
Yeah, and then see, I believe I saw that on the. It might have been the Topps odds page, where they. But I don't know. I thought I saw somewhere where it was serial numbered out of 25. I've been looking at so many different references that it's really hard to keep track of.
Yeah. So many different
what I've
parts.
seen.
Yeah, so many different moving parts. It is tough to keep track of it all. And speaking of that, keeping track of it, the jersey number variation. The serial number is the jersey number.
Yeah, I'm not sure 100% sure if they're serial numbered or if it's just a print run thing. But yes, it's down to the jersey number. So guys like Gunnar Henderson is going to have 2 copies of that card out there.
And
Otani,
Aaron
17.
and Aaron Judge will have 99.
Exactly.
Yep. So that's something.
Yeah, from what I remember, as far as the no names, that's supposed to be another parallel that they're doing for all the cards.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I talked about it a little bit in the write up I did on the parallels. The total number is over 50, and I put on there around 50, but that wasn't. I mentioned that wasn't even counting the gold mirror or the printing plates. And this was as of time of writing. I mean, we know that there's always things that come out that there's no information on. And this was built off the Topps odds sheet. So, which at the time was one of the more complete resources. However, right now, they're talking about the first pitch insert, which was nowhere to be found on the odds sheet.
Yeah, I was
So,
noticing that.
So your rainbows this year, for those that collect rainbows of players, they're going to be huge. They're going to be Panini like.
Good luck. Funny how that is, because there was rumors of them bringing so many Panini folk on board last year, I believe it was, or 2 years ago.
Well, it's because most of the different formats have exclusive parallels. Because with the blaster boxes, you got the spring training parallels. Hanger boxes, you got the Diamantes, and then there's the other retail, which all retail has the hollow foil parallels, and even those have different colored variations for different serial numbers. And then the holiday that we've known for the last few years in the blasters ends up being in the tins that are coming out.
Yeah, the new tins that are coming out. Be ready for those. Yep.
Yeah, so a lot of good variations, a lot of good things, but it's a lot to chase.
I'm very disappointed in how they're doing the all aces.
Yeah, unfortunately, the odds on
what is it?
those are just astronomical.
Yeah, great set. So let's mess it up. Yeah. They're doing their social media follow back redemption cards again. So keep in mind they have those, so be ready. It doesn't say which specific uh, whether it's hobby or jumbo or blaster. So I guess it's in all of them. So choose your format. You might get a follow back redemption. There's 10 cards. I mean, pretty good list. I mean, even with the legends, Reggie Jackson, Griffey Jr., Frank Thomas. And then you got the rookies, Kobe Mayo and James Wood. You got the sophomores, Paul Skeens, Jackson Merrill, Jackson Churio, and then just the overall superstars, Julio and Juan Soto. Not a bad list.
No, not at all. It's a great list, actually.
Yeah. Can't wait for that. The training grounds checklist, great. I think it's gonna be a fun set to get. 25 cards. Another way to see what's going on before the season.
Yep.
All right. So, very, very interesting. How you feeling about it?
Well, as always, I'm kind of excited when the 2025 or the next year's collecting season starts. So, you get the new rookie class, you get the new look cards, and you'll get to see get in hand the actual design that you'll basically be seeing all year long.
Yeah. Get excited about the new year of stars of the MLB.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh man, that's great. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Just yeah. In every I really hope they put only 2 in each hanger box. That would be nice. Not 4. Don't give me 4.
You know you love them.
Oh, I love them so much. Like, those should be the ones going into the bicycle spokes. Okay? Not rookie cards. Stars the MLB. Oh, goodness. All right. So what else do you have going on there, Baseball? Um, what's going on in Stockton, Portland?
Well, this year is the 20th anniversary of Banner Island Ballpark. So the ballpark that when the A's changed affiliates from Modesto to Stockton, they moved into this new ballpark. And one of the things that they are doing is that they have a nice logo for the ballpark itself. Let me just.
I already did it.
No, you didn't.
Remove the banner.
No, I was going to do something
Oh,
else here. There we go.
sorry.
I wanted
There
to
we go.
exit the full screen layout for just a moment because this is the logo for the 20th anniversary of the ballpark, and on my hat here. Let's see if I can figure out how to get this.
There you go, right there. The
All right,
10-year
this is the
anniversary.
10-year anniversary. They had them on all the hats in 2015. I have about 3 of the hats. This is the road hat. The home hat had it that I have has it, and then the alternate green, not the Kelly green because they didn't bring that back until a few years later, but the I guess you could say the forest green.
Yeah.
But in conjunction with the 20th anniversary, they are doing a fan vote for the all-time Banner Island ballpark team. I do remember back in November, this was something that you and I had talked about trying to
Mhm.
do just kind of through a podcast like this
Yeah.
for both the Ports and the Nuts. Apparently, they were listening because
Apparently.
they had to have overheard us somewhere. So maybe Jordy's kind of bouncing around and hiding in the bushes at my work or something. I don't know. But seriously, Jordy's a great guy. But
Absolutely.
so they're starting to roll out the fan vote. So I think it was last week they put out the fan vote for catchers and first base. Then this week they rolled out second base, shortstop, and so they're going to roll out a couple each week. And what they're going to do with this information, obviously, they're going to celebrate the players at some point during the season, announcing the team probably on opening night. My hope is that they do some sort of a trading card set because all these guys have obviously played for the Ports at some point, so they have photos of those guys
Mhm.
and they can use in a card set, which I think would be great. Even you
Absolutely.
know, even if it's just like a little 10, 15 card set, it'd still be a lot of fun to have. Or with the names they have, maybe they want to say this is the team, but these are some of the other guys that have played here. Because when we look at the next couple slides here, uh, you're going to see some really good names here. So the first one I mentioned was the catcher. So basically, all-time catcher at Banner Island Ballpark. So you got one of the most recent guys, Tyler Soderstrom, and you got Jonah Heim, Sean Murphy, Josh Donaldson, and Kurt Suzuki. I
Mhm.
mean, all these guys are major leaguers. I mean, and all of them, except for Tyler at this point, have been all-stars. So it's kind of a good list there of guys.
Yeah.
Who would
Yeah.
you vote for, boss man?
Ooh, let's see. As I don't know. I mean that's
Because I mean, you got Jonah Heim, one-time All-Star and a world
yeah,
champion, the
world
Rangers.
champ with the Rangers. You got
Actually,
Sean Murphy.
I think Baltimore left Jonah Heim for dead at one point, kind of released him or something because he started in that organization and came over to the A's and really that's where he really developed.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's Sean Murphy. I mean,
I gotta go with it. Wow, it's a tie for me between Murphy and Heim.
really.
It really is. I would have to take a look at the stats of what they look like when they were in Stockton. I know Heim was a Cal League All Star.
Hmm.
I believe Murphy was as well. I believe Donaldson was as well. Suzuki, I don't remember. I wasn't
Yeah.
looking into it that much. And Soderstrom was only there for what, 3 weeks?
No, he was there half a season at least. And
Well,
he
I
had
thought he was
because
hurt
he was
for. I thought he was
no,
hurt
he
for
was only
something.
hurt for about a month or so. It was
Okay,
like basically the last month and a half of the season.
gotcha.
So,
Um,
but he logged quite a bit of time there. But yeah, I mean, for me, um, I picked Sean Murphy just because of basically what he has done and still is capable of doing.
yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
Josh Donaldson. I mean, hey, you
Well,
got
are we
a All
talking?
Star and MVP candidate. So
Are we talking their legacy of baseball or their legacy of Stockton Ports baseball? And that-
I looked at it as both because Murphy was a good player with Stockton. I think I was looking at the stats, but I don't remember anything off the top of my head when I was kind of doing this one because this was, the first week. And so you'll notice when they put up the second base and shortstop, they actually started adding some of the stats in there to kind of give you some idea.
Gotcha. See, for me, Murphy, Donaldson, and Suzuki, they were there when I was coaching. I didn't go to games. I
Mhm.
very, very little paid attention to minor league baseball when they were there.
Yeah.
Soderstrom, I actually got to see him. We were in the lime green seats down, probably not that far from where your seats are. We were still wearing masks. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, the awkward year.
Yes. So, and Heim, I know I went to some games. I don't remember hearing much about him. But we
Yeah,
went to
you're right.
games when he
He
was there.
he was a Cal League All Star, but I don't feel like he stood out, at least to me. I mean, I saw the top three guys play. Soderstrom, Hyman, Murphy.
There you
I
go.
didn't see Johnson. I didn't see Kurt Suzuki play. I just know them from when they got to the majors.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
So
Yep. So who are you going with? You're going with Murphy?
I went with Murphy on that one.
Very good. Very good.
First base.
You see,
Couple
now
of
I go ahead.
I was gonna say just a couple of studs in this list too.
Oh yeah. See, but I can't put Lawrence Butler at first base. I know that's where he played when he was with Stockton. I remember physically saying to Gina, he's not going to go anywhere if he stays at first. They got to get him in the outfield. Where'd they
Yeah,
put him? Where is
absolutely.
he now?
Yes. But at the same time, it's like you were saying, this is kind of based on their time at Banner
Hmm.
Island Ballpark. So
Yeah.
that's where he spent most of the time playing. He only had probably like maybe a handful of games in the outfield. Because I remember him playing some right field and thinking to myself, "Oh God, his arm was not. It was
He
strong,
wasn't
it
ready.
wasn't
Yeah.
accurate
Yeah.
when
He wasn't ready.
he first started." Yeah,
Yeah, and he blossomed as an outfielder when he went and took an off season and hung out with Marquise Grissom down in Georgia.
yeah.
And if you're going to learn from somebody, you might as well learn from a Gold Glover and All Star and champion like Marquise Grissom.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um,
And as a side note, the Max Muncy on this list is the one that's currently with the Dodgers.
yep, yep, yep. Chris Carter, if I recall, he was a beast when he was in Stockton, wasn't he?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I think he had a total. I had 1 year where he hit like 38 home runs.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
it just unfortunately that never really translated to the majors. I mean, he did hit some home runs in the majors, yes, but
yeah,
it just wasn't as dominant, I guess, overall.
yeah, yeah. But if we're going Stockton, I'm going Chris Carter. If we're going overall, Matt Olson.
See, I liked Matt Olson with the Ports. I mean, his defense wasn't that great. Um, But at the same time, he and Renato Nunez were kind of like there's a T-shirt that the Ports put out, like like Super Smash Brothers, I think it was, because between the two of them, they combined for over 60 home runs in one season.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
There you
Olsen was
go.
my choice there.
Okay. Well, very good. Very good.
So now this is where we get to start getting some stats here. Second base, you have Frank Martinez, Nate Mondu, Chad Pinder, and Jamal Weeks. So of this list, there's only one guy still playing, and that's Nate Mondu. He actually had a pretty decent year last year with El Paso. He's in the Padres organization now. Mondu did have one game in the majors with the A's in 2022. But last year wasn't a bad year in AAA for him. I mean, all things considered, he hit like 267 in 101 games. So there's still a chance he could make a roster somewhere at some point. He'd probably be like that super utility guy because he could play all positions. I think he was the one that they orchestrated trying to remember if this was him or not, but they orchestrated a game where one Ports player, I believe it was Nate Mondu, played basically all 9 positions in a game. Kind of a tribute to Burt Campaneris type thing.
Yeah. Good stuff. I think on this list is the Pinder. I'm not sure.
I agree with that.
Okay, so what is Jamil Weeks' reigning champion?
Reigning champ, he was the guy that won it because like I said, they did this 10 years ago.
10-year. Okay, I see.
Yeah,
I see.
they may have been doing it every 5 years. I'm not 100% certain because, like I said, there's less information on the first 2.
Well, yeah, 5 years ago,
slides.
nobody was voting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it was probably did this 10 years ago, and that's who got it last. I mean, 299 average with over 50 games is not bad, but
Yeah.
I mean, I personally liked Pinder. He was one of those guys, didn't make a lot of noise when he was there, but put up solid numbers. Granted, he was playing on the same team as guys like Matt Olson, Franklin Barreto, and some of the other top prospects at the time. So he was down on the list. He wasn't really known, and I think that's where he was able to kind of thrive.
Absolutely, and that's what you want from your second baseman. I mean, if you've got power hitters, you want someone who's just getting on base, preferably doubles. I mean, in 94 games, he had 32 doubles. That's a double every third game. That's what you want from your second baseman, to me.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And as far as I remember, he was pretty solid defensively.
Yes, he was.
There wasn't too many issues with tag downs. There wasn't too many issues going to his right. If I recall, they turned quite a few double plays when Pinder was there. So, yeah, I picked Pinder on this list.
Yeah, as did I. Then the only other one they have up for vote right now, because like I said, they're kind of doing a slow roll. As a side note, the first 2, the catcher and first base, the voting on that ends this coming Friday. And the voting for the next 2 ends on the 17th, which I believe is Monday.
Okay.
So
Yep.
So we have shortstop here.
Okay, here we go.
So here we have 5 choices. Some good names, great prospects on here. 2 are kind of unproven, and the rest are pretty much out of the league, unfortunately.
Yeah. Having seen him, I don't know. Miles Naylor, there's just something about his game I don't care for. I can't put my finger on it, but the eyeball test to me, he doesn't pass it. That's just
fair enough.
I can't actually explain why. But like if I'm a scout and I'm doing the scouting report, he's a good ball player. Me, there's just something I don't know. I can't, like I said, I can't put my finger on it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I basically chalk it up to he was exactly 1 year removed from high school
Yeah.
at the time. So he was kind of over his head. He probably had a lot of pressure that he's put on himself and had
Oh,
others put on
yeah.
him because of who his brothers are.
Yeah.
Um, so he kind of at a little disadvantage there. I fully expect to see him probably for the first half of the season again in Stockton to start with. I don't see him being there too long because, I mean, he does have power numbers. He just needs to kind of put the bat on the ball a lot more.
I
Um,
Yeah, to me, he needs to be at third base. He's a third base body, not a shortstop. And I think if you have him in the right defensive position, his mind and mentality would be better suited at the bat.
yeah,
And I think he could thrive better that way. I know he's got the arm. I've seen that right in front of me. So maybe that's what it is that I'm like, there's something about him. I think he's actually a third baseman.
could be. Yeah, I mean, it does tie into like a lot of the struggles that some prospects or rookies kind of go through. It's like they're playing either out of position, a position they're not very comfortable with, or they're not getting the consistent reps at those positions.
Yeah.
Because side note, I took a quick look at Tyler Soderstrom's numbers, uh, major league numbers today, and the first year he was up the half season, he didn't do very well. He batted well under 200, and it's because he kept splitting time between catcher and first base. And I think that kind of
Yeah.
threw him off. The second year, like last year, he spent pretty much all the time at first base with the exception of one game. Granted, his average wasn't great, but it was better. And
Yeah.
it's just getting that aspect kind of settled allowed him to kind of focus more. And I think, this year it's just going to be better. And
It's
so,
that whole mental aspect of it. You know, it's an underrated value.
yeah,
Knowing where you're going to be and being able to spend time there. Yeah.
yeah. And if you got Max Muncy, as some of
Yeah.
us call Max Muncy the second, so the one that's still currently in the A system,
Max
um,
Muncy. Yeah.
yeah, which that's a whole funny story about him, with the same birthdays as the other
Yeah.
Max Muncy.
Craziness.
Um, but he's, I mean, he's probably, I don't know what they're going to do with him, but with between Muncy and Wilson, kind of like solidifying the shortstop role for years
Yeah.
to come. I mean, you got to move Naylor somewhere else.
Yeah.
I mean, he might even make a transition out to outfield. You never know. He might put him in left field or something. Who knows?
Maybe. Maybe. Yeah.
But yeah, my choice on this list was definitely Max Muncy. They pulled him up from Stockton to, um, oh, yeah, this was still when they were low A. So they pulled him up from Stockton to Lansing, in my opinion, a little too early because his average wasn't quite there, but he definitely had the power. He definitely had the reps and the skill set needed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. All right. So that's exciting. That's good stuff. I like it. I like what they're doing. Um, yeah.
Yeah,
It's gonna be exciting.
unfortunately, it'd be nice to see Modesto do the same thing, but you know,
Yeah. There's a lot of things I'd like to do.
yep,
I think that would be absolutely fantastic. I think we have had so much turnover that honestly, I don't know who could actually tell you who the best of the last 20 years as the Modesto Nuts are. I know we've had some big superstars come through there, and it would be great to recognize them in a voting thing like this. Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, we've had Troy Tulowitzki, we've had Trevor Story, we've
hmm
had Charlie Blackman, Nolan Arenado, we've had Julio Rodriguez, we've had uh, Cal Raleigh. I mean, maybe not a big name, but at the time, pretty big. Kyle Lewis, Evan White.
yeah,
We've got the current like 7 guys that are in the top 100 prospects. with Lazaro Montes, who last year was only with us for half the season, but he led the league in several offensive categories because
Yeah.
it was just a beast of a first half of the year. Um, and then you've got the stud pitchers that we've had throughout the years. I mean, you look at Brian Wu, you can look at Bryce Miller, you can look at Sterling Hitchcock or Hancock.
Sterling
um,
Hancock. Emerson Hancock.
Emerson
I'm on, man.
Hancock. Man, I'm telling you, long day at the
Yeah. Well,
stadium
and
of
then you even get back to the
non-baseball stuff.
yeah.
Uh,
You get back to the Rockies era. I mean, you've
oh yeah,
had like Tyler Anderson,
Ubaldo
um,
Hernandez. He's
Jimenez, yeah.
two-time All-Star. Yeah, Jimenez.
Um,
John Gray.
yeah, that's what I
He,
was trying to think
yeah.
of because and there's a lot of
Yeah.
guys that came through both organizations that they're fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
so
So yeah, it would be very interesting to see us do something like that. We've had what 5 championships in 20 years as the Modesto Nuts. 4?
I think it's 4.
Yeah, 4. That's every 5th season. Yeah, we've had some really good ball players come through. Um, So yeah, it's something that I would like to recommend. It's something that I've had in my mind for a while, especially with it being our last year at John Thurman Field and in Modesto. I last year of minor league baseball in Modesto. It's crazy to think that I'm part of it, and I think a 20 years of nuts baseball all time list would be awesome to do. I think it'd be even better to do all Modesto, but geesh, that's a lot.
Ah,
You're talking the greats like Walt Weiss and Miguel Tejada.
Walt
Sorry.
Weiss. You said the greats. You lead with Walt Weiss. Nice, love it.
Absolutely. Are you kidding me?
Back in the
No.
day when Rookie of the Year didn't have to bat, over 268.
Yeah. No, the McGuires, the Cansecos. I mean, Joe Morgan was here with the Colt 45s. You've
No,
got
Ricky
Joe
Henderson,
Rudy, Ricky Henderson. You've got
Reggie Jackson. I mean, just
yes, Reggie
the list
Jackson
goes
was the
on and on.
man with the Modesto Reds. Whew. By the way, Modesto Reds is actually the Cardinals affiliate, but that's
They were,
crazy.
I guess, going with the color. I don't know.
I believe so. I believe so. I believe that was back when the minor league team was more independent than they are nowadays, as far as affiliations go. But yeah, we've had some huge legends come through. Even Raleigh Fingers came through.
Yeah.
Who knew? Um, Joe Rudy, the local kid, out of Downey High School, I believe. Um, yeah, it'd be great to do a list like that. But we're gonna try to do not a fan voting list, but a reflection on all the different um, affiliates that we've been through because we've got 11 home Friday games and we've been an affiliate of 11 different programs. So we're going to be showing our respect to each of them on a different Friday in our farewell to John Thurman Field Friday packages.
Hmm.
Sneak peek in our farewell to John Thurman Field packages for Friday games. It's a 15 game package, and there will be Modesto A's gear in the farewell package.
Nice.
Hashtag no insider information.
Well, all 2 of our viewers right now, which I think might be a little jealous of that.
I mean, hey,
But
the package will actually be being released next week, I believe, to the media and out to the folks. So it'll be fun. Yeah, going through
cool.
and finding some old Modesto A's peanut practice jerseys. Yeah.
Interesting. Hmm.
Yeah, got peanut right there on the front. We got some old Modesto A's hats that we're gonna be putting into these packages, some cards, some of our play ball uh fan booklets. There's gonna be some nice stuff in those things. Bobbleheads, baseballs, who knows? Could be anything.
Could even be an empty
Uh
bag. I'm
it could
kidding.
be what?
An empty bag.
It could be an empty bag, you know. I am kind of a practical joker. Just put some empty bobblehead boxes in there with some heavy rocks. This is a heavy one. Pick this.
Oh yeah, some John Thurman
But
Field dirt. There you
I was
go.
just about to say some of the infield dirt right there. We'll give you
Yeah.
some grass clippings from the outfield.
Ooh, no way.
Oh
Untapped
man,
market
make you feel
right
special.
there.
I know, right? It's gonna be. We're gonna try to have a fun party the whole season. Make it the nuttiest place on earth. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. All right, Brian. Well, we are approaching the 1 hour mark. What do you have going on this week on the website or anything?
Well, outside of Series One stuff, not a whole lot right now. I am kind of starting to think about other content because people might get fatigued with Series One. But
Promise. As we
um,
always do, right?
yeah, I'm kind of looking at a few different things. Might even try to throw in some non-baseball stuff up there.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we'll see. But
Yeah.
yeah, outside of that, just gonna basically be kind of continue working on some sorting and trying to get um things ready for the next show.
Very good. That just reminds me of our latest trek up and down Northern California to Central California and finding the 2021 WWE cards
Yeah.
hanger box. Oh yeah, we got that. So
Yeah.
for those of you that know us at the card shows as the gravity box guys, oh yeah, we got some fun. Not just 2021 Marvel Upper Deck. No, now we've got Topps WWE in the
Yes.
gravity boxes. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've even found some baseball going back to 2022. Hadn't seen that
2022
before.
gravity box. Yeah. Saw that orange and teal and went, what? Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun going through that, cataloging all that, organizing. Um, yeah. Oh, series one. Here we go.
Yep.
2025 collecting season. Fun stuff.
Yep. So what have you got going on this week?
Between the stadium and getting ready for the 2025 season, trying to go for the I guess we can't technically say three-peat because I don't have to pay Pat Riley. Have you heard about that story when the Chiefs were trying to go three-peat? They actually have to pay Pat Riley a royalty fee because he copyrighted the term three-peat back in the early 90s. So uh he's got control of everything that is three-peat printed or put on TV or whatever. Yeah, yeah, that was a very
Funny.
interesting story. But we're gonna try to leave the stadium and leave Modesto as a three-time in a row champion. We have back-to-back right now. So yeah, we got a great team coming up with the Nuts. Just looking at the top 100 prospects, we've got Modesto Nuts and Mariners rookie ball players all over the place. We've for everything that everybody says about Jerry DePito about not pulling the trigger on big contracts. The guy knows how to draft, and the team knows how to get international signees. And it just shows. Here we are. In a month, I'll be getting a big fat ring showing how much they know how to draft and do the international signings. So hopefully we'll have another one. I'm not opposed to going 2 for 2 in my only 2 years in professional baseball. I don't know. Do I want to chance it? Maybe I should just retire and go 1 for 1.
Quit while you're ahead, right?
It's a possibility. It's a possibility. I mean, with only 2 viewers here, I know that my folks aren't watching, so I can say
that. Yeah, they might catch the replays. So
that's true. That's true. They some of the folks at the Modesto Nuts actually do watch the replay, so it's pretty cool. They'll be like, "Hey, I saw that card you pulled. Which one was it that they were talking about? I think it was Archives, and they were talking about how the different parallels looked really good." I was like, "Okay, all right. I appreciate your support. I hope you had a good time." But yeah, as far as here on the channel, can't wait for Through the Decades on Thursday. I know I've pushed it off a couple of weeks, but we are going to be going through and checking out the Arizona Diamondbacks through the decades. They've only been around for 25 years, or 26. Started in 99. And we're going to take a look at their history, 1 card per year, and just look at the Arizona Diamondbacks through the decades. And then Friday, Fresh Friday, ripping into some 2025 Series 1. I say we'll be doing a jumbo and a hobby as long as I get my hands on it over at Teammates. If not, I might have to call you and tell you to go down the neighborhood or somewhere.
And send me the money.
But yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you.
So,
and then, hey, we'll be right back at it on Sunday with the box score unwrapped.
Yeah.
So
just as a side note, wait, hang on a second.
Hold up.
All right. Sorry. Almost had the wrong button. Just as a side note, Diamondbacks started in 98, not 99.
Was it they started getting free agents in 98 and then they played in 99, or was
they played in 98?
Okay.
98. See, gotta do your research.
I read it the other day. I couldn't remember. I got the slides all up and ready, and
cool.
There were so many things that were going on between them being the new team with Tampa Bay. It was funny. Originally, they were both supposed to be National League. It didn't work that way. A lot of interesting history, especially with Jerry Colangelo and the way that he operated getting the fans in at the very beginning, and how they almost went bankrupt in the first 3 years. Also, how they got their World Series in the first 3 years, and it was, or 4 if it was 2001. With the big unit and Kurt Schilling and Luis Gonzalez. And a very young and small Craig Counsell.
I did not realize until just now that the Josh Naylor is now at Arizona Diamondback.
Really?
Yeah. Because
was there a trade we missed?
Probably. Because I saw something. I was looking up the Diamondbacks. I was curious about the when they actually started. Because he got started in 1995 with all the I guess expansion draft and everything, and working up to the the workouts and all that. But I saw something that said Josh Naylor joins the Diamondbacks. I guess it was within the last day.
Oh, well. Okay, yeah.
One of the headlines was Diamondbacks Josh Naylor tries to fill big shoes left behind by Christian Walker.
Wow. Yeah. Josh Naylor trade details. Diamondbacks land power hitting first baseman. Okay. What's the date on this? Oh, December 21st.
What?
December
Okay, well,
21st.
yeah.
Yeah,
Traded for Slade Chaconi.
yeah.
All right,
Well, I guess we're
so
not going to be getting his signature. He was there last year at the Arizona show, wasn't
he was, yes.
he? Yeah. And then a competitive balance round B pick, which can actually be a pretty good pick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow. You know what? But that makes sense because Cleveland has a really great minor league system as well. And so yeah. I mean, they picked up um, um, uh, Santana, if I recall, for the third or fourth time already. But they've got some great young ball players down in their system. Very interesting. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Naylor in Arizona. I can't wait for Arizona with the spring training. It's going to be fantastic. After doing spring training last year and then fall ball last year, it's just great.
Oh, absolutely. So
Yeah. And we'll see how the Canadian does down in the Arizona heat during the whole season. I mean, at
he'll
least in
probably do great.
Ohio, in Ohio, he had a chance of being somewhat near some cool weather.
I'm sure he'll be
Eh,
fine.
I'm sure he'll be fine. It's an air-conditioned indoor facility. The Bob. I know it's Chase Field, but it's always going to be the Bob.
Yep. That's
As
how it
we'll
was when I was
discuss.
there.
Yeah, as we will discuss on Thursday in our Through the Decades Arizona Diamondbacks. All right, Mr. Baseball. I don't know about you, but I think that's about all I've got for tonight. How about you? Anything
That's all
else?
for me. Nope.
All right. Well, very good. Cards and Coffee, episode 11 of February. We are good to go. Enjoy that coffee. All right. Well, hey, this is the boss man here at Box Score Collectibles. How about you over there?
And baseball over here. So
There you
have a good.
go. Very good. We will see you on Thursday with Through the Decades. So, in the meantime, enjoy those baseball stories, enjoy the upcoming pitchers and catchers. But we are here at Box Score Collectibles. We're out.